if you're going to drop it in the parking lot, you have to go in there and go fill out forms with them. If you're going to put in the parking lot, you have to go in there and fill out a liability form with them, saying that they're not responsible if something happens to your thing. You need to stop.
I have the right to freedom of expression, so back up.
You need to stop.
You need to stop.
Law enforcement officers never know what they'll be facing when responding to what seems like a routine situation. In this case, a simple request at a gas station escalates into a full-blown confrontation, all because of miscommunication and stubbornness and ultimately resistance. Imagine pulling into a gas station only to see a camper dropped awkwardly in the middle of the parking lot. The officer doing his job, he approaches the driver to address the issue, but instead of cooperation, he's met with defiance. The driver insists the camper is still attached, arguing instead of listening. This is where things take a turn, because in any police encounter, refusing to communicate properly can escalate a minor issue into something much more serious. The officer's instructions are straightforward. Go inside, fill out a simple liability form, you see what I'm saying, and move on. But instead of taking those few minutes to comply, frustration builds up. The driver talks over the officer, refuses to listen, and makes it clear that he doesn't respect law enforcement's role in public safety.
You think you're gonna come walking up like that?
You don't need to freaking jump.
What crime
You're about to get tased.
What crime did he commit? I want your sergeant now!
Get down!
Get
down!
now!
You're under arrest. Assault. Resisting.
Assault?
Yeah.
And then it happens. A moment of aggression. A fist clenches. A stance shifts. And the officer sees the warning signs. When someone squares up like they're about to throw a punch at law enforcement, it's no longer a conversation. It's an immediate threat. The officer makes a quick decision to control the situation before it gets out of hand. What follows is a struggle. The suspect refuses to go down, resists every step of the way, and makes the takedown process far more difficult than it needed to be. Resisting arrest isn't just about running away. It's about actively preventing an officer from carrying out their lawful duty. In this case, the result? Charges of resisting, interfering with an arrest, and assault on a law enforcement officer. This situation is a powerful reminder of a few key takeaways. Listening can de-escalate any police interaction. When you ignore lawful orders, you're making things harder for yourself. Your frustration does not override the law. You may disagree with an officer, but arguing aggressively never leads to a positive outcome. Aggressive behavior towards law enforcement is never a smart choice. The second you take a threatening stance, the situation shifts from a discussion to a legal issue. A simple moment at a gas station, one that could have been resolved in minutes, turned into an arrest with multiple charges, and for what? Refusing to listen, escalating tensions, and showing aggression when cooperation was all that was needed. At the end of the day, law enforcement is there to keep the public spaces safe. But that responsibility comes with expecting people to follow lawful commands. The lesson here: your actions in a police encounter will always determine the outcome of the whole situation.